Hi, this is Mrs. Kidman, and in this video, we are going to be discussing difference between probability and odds. Now, probability and odds are two things that we hear often. So it's thrown around interchangeably, but they're actually different. So people will say, what is the probability that this will actually happen versus what are the odds that something will happen? Now, odds and probability are similar because they're relating events to something. But the difference is what they're relating events to. So the probability of something happening is the relationship between the chance an event occurs and the total number of outcomes. So again, that's our chance versus the total number of outcomes. And that's our probability, whatever it is compared to the total. Now, odds is different because it's looking at the chance the event occurs compared to the chance it doesn't occur. Instead of writing it as a fraction, we typically write it as a ratio, where it's the chance occurs to the chance it doesn't occur. And we often see odds when it comes to betting on things like sports or horse racing, stuff along those lines. So we would hear like, you have the odds of you have a 1 in 4 odds of winning. 1 means you win 4 times. 1 time you would win, 4 times you would lose. Not a bad way to go. It's the same thing as saying a 1/5 chance or 20%. We just say it as a 1 to 4 ratio so that people know, or a 2 to 3 ratio. 2 times you'd win, 3 times you'd lose, whatever it is for that situation of what event we're talking about. So let's take a look at some of these probabilities and odds here. So find the odds of rolling a prime number on a 6-sided dice. Well, our prime numbers on a 6-sided dice are 3, 5, and 2. So the odds of rolling it, remember we're going to do the odds of the event, which is 3, to the odds of not rolling it, which is also 3. So it would be a 3 to 3 or a 1 to 1 ratio. If I roll a dice, I have pretty much a 50-50 chance. I have one time I would win, 1 time I'd lose, theoretically, if I rolled it twice. Okay, find the odds of getting heads on a coin. Well, that's the same thing. I get heads one way, and I win or I lose by getting heads one way, and I lose by getting tails one way. So the odds are 1 to 1. The chance of getting heads is 1 out of 2. The chance of getting tails is 1 out of 2. And so the odds of getting heads is a 1 to 1 odd. So it's either going to happen or it's not, but it has an equal ratio there. So now let's take a look at an example where we compare odds to probability. So probability of winning a balloon dart game is 0.2. So I'm going to write this as a fraction here. So 0.2 or 2/10 is the same as 2/10 or 1/5. Okay. Now, winning a ring toss game, the odds are 1 to 5. So what odds means is that's telling me that I have 1 chance in winning for every 5 chances of losing. So what that means is total, how many outcomes do I have? Because that's what probability is. Well, probability, the total number of outcomes that I have is 6. So this is going to be a 1 in 6 chance. So which game gives you a better chance of winning? Well, it's actually the balloon dart game. Now, in this case, we compared probabilities. We could actually go the other way and also compare odds. So we have our 1 chance of winning to our 5 chances of losing. Well, here we would have a 1 chance of winning to a 4 chances of losing if we wanted to go with odds. And so a 1 to 4 is better than a 1 to 5 because I have 1 less time that I would lose compared to the number of times that I would win. So we can either compare odds and probability by switching from one to the other, but in order to compare two things, we need to compare them in the same situation. So they either both have to be odds or both have to be probabilities. And again, a quick reminder, probability is the chance of an event over the total number of outcomes. Odds is the chance of the event compared to the chance the event does not occur. So one is out of the total, one is out of the opposite. And we want to make sure that those are distinct in the times that we're looking at probability versus odds. So thank you for checking out this video. Feel free to check out the previous videos on more what probability is and how we can find them. In the next video, we'll be talking about how to find independent and dependent probabilities as well as conditional probabilities and what we can do with those.